Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another In Between Tarot Live. And tonight we are going to be doing a full moon reading. So I'm just going to be waiting for Empress Justice Tarot to pop in, and then we can share a screen and we can pull some cards for the full moon in Pisces. I'm moving into the energy of Aries tomorrow. So Empress Justice has just joined us, so I'm going to let her in. I have a very strange thing with my camera, so I don't know why the setting has made it like this. Looks like I'm down a rabbit hole. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, good, thank you. Definitely feeling the draining effects of this full moon in Pisces. It's been very emotional.
Yeah, you can say that again. I think that's a mild way of putting it.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think like all around the world, and I know that every country is experiencing different problems, but you can see everything playing out on social media, more emotional than usual. And I'm not going to go into specific details, but yeah, it has been a bit of a tough few days. It's been a bit of a tough week for everybody, I think.
Yeah. For different reasons, yeah, but it feels like there's lines being drawn, really.
Oh, yeah.
And with this full moon now in Purva because, Purva Bhadrapada is and it's in Aquarius as well. Just to simplify it, it's in Aquarius as well. But the part that the moon is in with regards to Aquarius in Vedic astrology, there is a lot of anger because it's a birth star with a lot of sensitive emotion. It's got a lot of passion there, and there's a very black and white understanding of life that we come into when we're under this moon.
Yeah.
And also there's a lot of grief because there's the understanding that in order to move on to a new life, the old one has to die. And it feels like not only is that going on collectively, but it's also going on individually within each person. Now, a lot of people think that because of Purva Bhadrapada's associations with Faustian bargains and the difference between good and evil, we're kind of thinking to ourselves that it's a battle of morality, when really it's a battle of whether we accept the end of the old life or whether we struggle against it. That's the decision that we have to make, and we have no other choice but to do that. And there are those who accept that, things are never going to return to what we thought was normal. There are some people who understand that, and there are some people who accept that, and then there are other people who don't really accept that. And it feels like there's a clash between the two. And then within those two groups, there are subgroups within those two groups that are arguing with one another. So it really feels like that's the energy that we're dealing with coming into this full moon. It's a lot.
And I've really recognised the fighting, the infighting, and seeing it in groups of friends, seeing it in families, and seeing it in neighbourhoods, seeing it between different people online that are in tarot groups, spiritual groups, astrology groups, anything you can imagine. And I've put it down to Mercury's, it's been retrograde in Libra, hasn't it? So Libra dealing with balance, dealing with fairness, equality, and relationships as well. So Libra ruled by Venus, so the planet of love, and dealing with equality and how we get on with each other, how we treat each other. So with Mercury retrograde, and Mercury being the planet of communications, it really puts a spanner in the works when it comes to Libra, balance, Venus.
Janine, you cut out, babe. Janine?
Spanner in the works, and
yeah, you cut out. I can hear you now. Yeah, you cut out a little bit then.
Yeah, my daughter decided she was going to call me.
Oh, fair enough.
So all kind of communications mishaps I've had a few bumps this week as well. I won't go into any detail, but with those closest to me, you know, it's just tempers are really afraid at the moment, and
Yeah.
really charged, very emotional. And with it being the full moon being in Pisces, we are very, very switched on, like sponges to everything that's going on around us. I know it's different with your system in the tropical system, with the full moon being in Pisces, and it was at about 10:30 this morning when it was at its height.
Yeah.
With that energy in Pisces, so intuitive, so in touch and empathizing with everything that's going on around you. It's hard, isn't it? If you've not got those, if you've not got those boundaries and the like the bubble around, you know, as you're walking along, you're picking up on everybody's energy.
That face that I made just now. Not only is the moon in Pisces in your chart, but it's also conjunct with Neptune. So that's fun.
Neptune is very chaotic and mysterious as well, and another it's like a semi-ruler with Pisces as well, because Pisces has got the moon. Pisces has got Neptune. I've got that right, haven't I? Moon and Neptune. And
same sign, yeah.
Cancer's got the moon, and what's the other one for Cancer? There's a few that have got two.
Really?
So I always, it might not be Cancer, but Pisces, I always feel like it's got a strong connection with both, actually, the moon and Neptune. And both are quite, you can't quite put your finger on them, can you? It's very ethereal.
No. And the thing with Pisces is that it's messy, because you have to remember Pisces is a mutable sign. It's very messy because you're getting energy. You're not just getting energy from your own experiences and your own vibrations. You're also more likely to pick up other people's vibrations as well, very, very strongly. And you find it difficult discerning between your own emotions and other people's emotions. It was already bad enough when the moon is in Purva Bhadrapada in the Vedic chart, and with the moon in Pisces in the Western chart. I mean, that's bad enough. But then that conjunction with Neptune, you've already got all this rich emotion swirling around. And now you've got to deal with other people's emotions as well. And it's like Bex Tarot said, you've got to stay out of the frame, mate. That's what I've been doing. I've just been minding my business, staying out of the way.
And Magic Blooms has said as well, she feels the same.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like empathizing with that. But you know what? There are some really good points to it. So I have seen some massive synchronicities, some really unusual stuff, you know, where I feel like I've manifested things. Like I'm going to my daughter, my youngest. You need a key because you're going to start walking to school. I'm going to have to go to the shop and get you a key cut. I'll have to do it next week. Anyway, knock on the door. One of my neighbours, because I've just moved into a new house. Hi, I'm from down the street. I've got this spare key, and I think I borrowed it from the person who used to live at the house before you, and I wondered if you wanted it.
Yeah.
How strange. And so many other things. So I had a reading from Louise, Spiritual Angel, and she was saying, somebody called Jane, and I couldn't place this Jane. Everything else she said, it's spot on. And I'm thinking, oh wait, who's Jane? Anyway, I went to sell some Oracle deck of bridges to the spiritual shop in Ramsbottom, and the woman comes up and she's like really helpful, everything, gives me a big hug, and I'm not seeing her for ages. She goes, you remember my name's Jane, right?
Right.
That's you. I've got so many synchronicities, and it's that Pisces moon energy, like all of those unusual things, you know, that you're not quite expecting, but are so synchronistic. It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, there's a very good friend of mine that I'm talking to, and he's a Piscean. And I find that, normally we miss each other on the phone, or we're not really in sync when we have conversations. But lately I've been feeling a lot more in sync with him.
Yeah.
Because there's something about him that's just way more intuitive than it is logical. And with me, I'd like to think that I was intuitive, but I'm actually very cerebral. So we've used to have this real problem with communication between one another. But now when me and him talk, there's an understanding there. It's like I don't understand what he's saying, but I understand what he's saying, which makes our communications a lot easier. I find him a lot easier to listen to.
Yeah.
And that, I guess that's a positive side of this full moon, is that we may find our empathy is stronger. I've certainly found that.
Yeah,
That empathy is
absolutely.
stronger, yeah.
And it's like the Pisces people are being plugged into the socket, aren't they? This is their
Yeah.
time. You know, they revel in this. This is, you know, what they're made to do. So
Yeah.
yeah, my youngest is a Pisces sun, and my chart's full of Pisces, like an aquarium full of fish. And
Really? Oh yeah, that would explain a lot actually.
does it?
It kind of does, yeah.
I've got lots of Pisces, but I've got an Aries sun and a Cancer rising. So there is a lot of water in my chart, so I can go with the flow, literally. I'm very good at fitting in with new situations. I'm really good with change. I can adapt very easily. So the water signs, somebody said the other day that they really didn't like water signs. I can't remember who that was now. It might have
That
been
definitely
Marion.
wasn't me, because I love water signs, so
I think it
can't
was
relate.
Marion Kay. She said something really funny. But yeah, I guess water signs can just adapt, and they can just get on with it. So even though the energy is difficult at the moment, and they will be very tuned into everything that's going on around them, especially the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, even still, you know, they get a lot out of this energy, and the full moon is very powerful anyway. So it's bringing our last 28 days to a culmination, isn't it? So Monty Farber was saying today about Annie's Amy Zerner, they set their attentions at the new moon, and then at the full moon, you know, they have a look at it and they see whether they manage to achieve everything on the list.
That's what I do. I always do that.
Yeah, me too. And it's a fabulous way of working with the moon cycles, you know, and getting the most productive out of your yeah. So
yeah, I do love the full moon. Absolutely. But I wanted to actually talk about the division within the full moon in Aquarius in more detail, because I told you it was in Purva Bhadrapada, right?
yeah.
And already with Aquarius, there's chaos, as we've observed, right? But there's also innovation and inversion. Now in alchemy, the way it works is that if you want to create something new, you take what's already there in nature and you invert it to see what you can utilize within nature that you can use towards creating this new thing. So that's basically what alchemy is. And with this full moon's energies, there is a lot of assistance in helping us to understand the world in new ways, so that we can take whatever inspiration we get out of that and we can apply it to our everyday lives. So, you know, I think it kind of ties in with that sense of our former way of life is dying. So we need to take this inversion that's happened and we need to kind of find out what we can get from it, you know, pluck that out and then utilize it towards our everyday life, like in a sense, kind of adapting to the situations, like you said, with the full moon in Pisces and with the water signs, adaptation. In order to adapt, you have to see what's there, and you have to be able to see what's hidden beneath what other people hide. And Purva Bhadrapada is good for that as well. And
rather than being reactive, because I have seen a lot of reactive over the last couple of days, and it's made me slightly nervous, and I've wanted to switch off. And of course, you know, we're working on this social media. You can't help but stumble across situations, you know, where it gets messy. People fight, people argue. The trick is to try not to get involved, but also to see things from both points of view, because everybody's point of view has got some kind of reason in there. You know, there is validity and everything. So I think more understanding, basically.
I definitely agree with that. I feel like this is how I feel. I have very strong opinions and I have very strong beliefs about basically everything, because I'm an opinionated person. But my thing is this: if you have to aggressively defend your point of view, that means you don't really believe in it. I'm the type of person where, I'm the type of person where I strongly believe in what I believe. You can believe in what you can believe in, but because I am so strong in what I believe and what I know to be true, I'm not going to meet you aggressively because that's just not in my spirit. That's not where I am.
You're gonna lose
So,
energy doing that, aren't you? And it's only
yeah,
gonna
like
make
if
you feel
you're
bad.
truly certain in yourself, then you're not gonna waste your time trying to change other people's minds.
Yeah. And
What's the point?
I'm far from perfect. I've had a few explosions this week, but like I said, more with those
Oh
closer
no,
around
me
me.
too, me too. Like I said, I'm very
It's very
argumentative.
triggering at the moment, you know.
Yeah, I'm very argumentative, very opinionated, but when it comes to things that I believe to be true, I'm like, no, I'm not going to force that on you. I know who I am.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. And like that, and that, you know, there is two sides to every story, and you know, there are reasons behind things and things that we are not all aware of as well. So we don't know people's situations in their entirety. So we can see the explosion, you know, but not necessarily what leads up to it. So
What lit the fuse?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so I've just got to say hello to Jennifer, because she just come in and she said to me, "Hey, boss." So Jennifer was the chair of Tabby, and she has.
Yes, I caught that. Congratulations.
So she did the last 2 years. She did an absolutely fantastic job, and she's handing it over to me. So there's another thing, you know, that came about out of like left screen this week.
Wow,
Chair of Tabby of the Tarot Association of the British Isles. A bit of
that's
a dream,
fabulous.
actually. But,
That's fabulous.
thank you. So
No,
thanks, Jennifer.
congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Fabian. Thank you, and thanks, Jennifer, for dropping it in. I'm very honoured that you've made our live.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been an unusual week, but on top of all that, that full moon energy, and especially in Pisces, is very draining, and you've got to protect your energy with this. I mean,
So much.
yeah, you have to protect your energy. People can take, can't they? You know, the energy vampires. I like that term.
Pisceans are very susceptible to energy vampires. Like, if there are any Pisceans still in the chat, because I know there was one person who was Piscean, Soul Brother P. Yeah. If there are any Pisceans still in the chat, it's very, very important you guys guard your energy and keep your boundaries strong, because if you don't, like Janine said, you become susceptible to energy vampires. To be honest, with this type of full moon, Pisceans are already used to that type of energy anyway, but it's going to be very difficult for everyone else who's not Piscean, inclined. But, especially Pisces is important to maintain your boundaries, because you can become, susceptible to people who want to use you. And that's not easy to deal with.
Yeah, because spiritual workers, you know, whether they're doing Reiki, whether they're doing tarot cards, you know, whether they're doing Wicca, witchcraft, very good at, you know, generating energy, maintaining energy, moving energy around. That's something that Reiki is all about, you know.
Yeah.
Energy within the releasing the energy within the chakra points, you know, absolutely fantastic. So when people see this in other people, you know, it is very attractive. You know, they want some of that energy. And they might not even realize that they're doing it, but they can drain others of their energy. So yeah,
it can be really draining. It's true.
Yeah, absolutely. So
what should we do?
It's my Russell Grant full moon. I think I showed it you last time. It's rather beautiful.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the Pisces card.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do like these ones.
I'm working with your deck again. Working with your deck again.
Oh, I'm so chuffed. Thank you.
I should have picked the moon card, but I felt like this one was more appropriate because, you know, it was You know, it was a moon in Aquarius in the Vedic sign, and that, you know, that's the star, and then it's in between the star and the moon,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
peak Purva Bhadrapada energy, because there's all kinds of hidden elements. There are tough choices that need to be made. You know, it's a very frightening transition that we have to witness. And, you know, I felt like this card was perfect for this reading. So,
And look at that, the boat cutting through the water as well, which represents emotions. So I think I
yes.
said before, water in dreams. So if the water is choppy in dreams, so if you're in the middle of the sea and there's huge waves and it's throwing you left, right and centre, is your emotions that you're really struggling with things that are going on. If you're lying flat in a calm sea, you know, and you're not thinking and you're just enjoying the motion, then your emotions are calm. So it's always important to look at your dreams and see what
Dreams are going to be very vivid at this time. I've
yeah,
experienced that. Very, very vivid.
definitely. Dream journaling, making a note of your dreams, anything that comes of your dreams. I mean, I wake up sometimes and my dreams are played out into my room. Like sometimes people are walking around the room and things.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I never know whether it is the dream continuing, you know, and just projected onto my waking life,
Yeah.
or, you know, whether it's something else.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
Never entirely sure. And who can you ask?
I really hate it when I get these vivid dreams, because the thing that I've noticed, right, is that two things with regards to dreams. The first thing you have to pay attention to is not so much what's going on in the dream, but how you feel while the dream is happening. So that's the first thing you got to pay attention to. The second thing you got to pay attention to is real life clues about what you were dreaming about, because sometimes I get those.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to pay attention to real life occurrences to see what the dream relates to.
Yeah, because sometimes we pay too much attention to the nitty gritty detail in the dreams. That's not important. It's like Carl Jung always said about, you know, the symbols in your dreams and the themes as well. What is the theme of your dream? What is that dream trying to tell you?
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
not so much the people in it, you know, oh, like all the school friends are in the dream and it's like, oh, this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your brain's trying to make sense of something important and is trying to portray it to you in a way that you'll understand it, but you've got to do that work and unpick it, and it's really difficult sometimes.
It is, yeah. It can be. It can
But
be,
how
yeah.
exciting that we've got that ability to do it. I mean, it's a tool. It's a
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. I love dream work.
I know. My grandmother was a big dreamer on my mum's side. And she used to tell me dreams that she used to have about me and my mum and the family. And, you know, she used to tell me all these tips about how to interpret dreams and things like that, because she was a very big dreamer. And she used to tell people in the church about, like, probably shouldn't tell you this, but she used to tell people in the church about her dreams, and they didn't take kindly to it in the church, unfortunately. And yeah, it was hurtful because she was a very devout Christian as well.
Oh,
So
that's a shame. I went to church the other day. I went and sat in church, and they were doing a spiritual night, so they were giving messages out. And I thought,
was it a spiritual church? Spiritualist church?
Spiritualist church, yes. So I sat there on my own, and she started going down the room. She's very good. And then she come to me, and I went, "Are you me?" I looked her on her. I said, "Are you sure?" She went, "Yeah." She said, "I've got all these men trying to come through that want to talk to you." And wow. Started talking about the centre of Manchester and the clothes that they were wearing and the era, and some very specific messages for me as well. Yeah, you know, that you can't quite explain. And the other one was The Conjuring. Do you remember I showed you that wardrobe? That wardrobe that I've got there.
Yeah.
The Conjuring wardrobe. Right, okay. So it belongs to this house. And I've been laughing about it all month, going, there's something weird about it. My daughter doesn't like it either. Other people don't like it. And I said, it's that Conjuring wardrobe, you know, where there's that Bill. Bill, my name is Bill. You know? And I've been joking about it all month. So at that spiritualist church, the woman on the stage went, "I've got Bill." and he's been around you for the last 6 weeks. And I went,
oh shit.
Oh wow.
Did he say what he wanted? Like, what does he want?
Just wanted to spend some time here apparently, and and thanked me for the contact and being able to be here. You know, just
okay.
here. And nothing threatening, just a nice energy. But it made sense. It was going through my head all month. You know, this bill, and I thought, oh, it's just the conjuring. It's a silly thing, but is it? I don't know now.
It just goes to show you can never discount your intuition. As much as it seems silly, you can never discount it.
There's been some weird things this last week, yeah. And I blame the Pisces moon energy.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, I was getting the set ready here, right? I was getting all this ready, and this card popped out.
Oh, 8 of Cups reversed.
It's 6 reversed.
Oh, is it the 6? Oh, it is the 6.
Because remember the moon, the current moon, where it's placed is about an inability to let go of the past.
Yeah. So that's being stuck, isn't it? What do you all think in the chat of the 6 of Cups reversed?
Yeah. For me, it just seems like stuck in the past or needing to needing to kind of resolve any unresolved issues with regards to personal relationships or childhood or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's what Bill reminded me of. There might be some unfinished business with that wardrobe.
Right, let's pan to the wardrobe.
Yeah, it might be that there's a memory attached to it. Because I don't see why a man would be so obsessed with a wardrobe unless it had something to do with his wife or something to do with his mother or something to do with, yeah.
Well, it's funny you say about the wardrobe. So going back to the dreaming, I think I told you last time I saw it, a steady stream of people emerged from behind the wardrobe and came to this side of the bed to talk to me about my garden.
Really?
In turn, there was one person that was missing an arm. Yeah. And they were all very friendly. I didn't feel scared in any way, but they all had messages. So I sat up in bed and I was trying to write things down, and then husband, he says, oh, can you just stop this? There's nobody there. But I could see these people coming, and all night they were coming. It was a steady stream of people.
Right.
When I went to that spiritualist, they mentioned that. They said, it's been busy, hasn't it? And I went, oh, yeah. And she said they just want to be around, you know, they like the energy, and they've enjoyed spending that time with you. And I'm like, wow, it's like we've had a big party.
Oh gosh.
But thank you for that message. Yeah, that makes sense.
This goes for all of us though. We all have some unresolved issues that we need to release.
Yeah, for the full moon, definitely. What else was I going to say about the full moon before we do some cards? For those people that do set intentions, and you can tick them off, you know, when you get to your full moon to see, have you done X, Y, and Z? Yeah. This is also a really good energy, particularly this full moon in Pisces. I know it's slightly different for Vedic, but for manifestation. Okay.
No, still manifest, because Aquarius is about destiny, so this is right on time. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I meant, you know, you've not got that moon in Pisces. Yours is in a different sign, but yeah, because we've got different systems, and we never went through that again. So by the way, we both work with different systems. We're not astrologers, but we have got an interest in astrology, and Empress Justice has been doing this for a long time as well, and using the Vedic system. I use the tropical system. So yeah, coming at it from slightly different angles, which is why it's so interesting to talk about it, I think.
It is. But please continue. I'm sorry.
I've lost track.
No, because you were talking about manifestation before I very rudely interrupted you. So please.
No, you didn't. I'm sorry, I do that as well. I have a tendency to talk over, so I'm sorry if I do that with you. I talk
No,
quite
no,
fast.
don't apologize. It just means that it's a really interesting conversation and we're both excited about it. So I don't
Yeah.
take it personally.
Oh,
I don't know. I get a lot of shit for interrupting people. So I just,
I do too. That's fine. So yeah, manifestation. Okay, I have several things that I want to manifest. I've put them under a chakra symbol. So in Reiki, the chakra simply means put your energy here, and this is what it looks
oh,
like.
I've
And
seen that before. Yes.
you'll see it the wrong way round, yeah, so it's like bringing the energy round, taking it down through the different chakra points and making the energy manifest. So I've got the things that I want to manifest sat underneath that, and then you can put the crystals on top, and then I can transfer Reiki energy into it. But really, it's the intention, you know, anything that works for you. If you're setting your intention to manifest in something, that's the important thing, you know, because we're all energy. Everything is energy as human beings. So if we're putting energy out there, positive energy to manifest something, you
Yeah.
know, then there is a good chance, you know, that you will be able to manifest that thing. And as it happens, you know, the chair roll with tapping, I've still not got my head around that. I'm like, wow.
I'm really
But
happy for you. That sounds like a big undertaking, though. I can't lie.
yeah, big. So I'm slightly frazzled. I didn't get much sleep last night thinking about that, but I am very excited as well. So yeah, manifest away with the full moon in Pisces energy. We're going to drop into Aries
Yes.
tomorrow. Fab, because Aries, being the first sign of the zodiac, is the ultimate manifester. They go after their dreams. They're really proactive, and it takes the energy from water to fire. Okay,
Oh,
so just be careful with that as well. We're going into the waning period, so away from the full moon. So hopefully that's just going to take the edge off things slightly. But yeah,
yeah.
we're going into
So yeah,
Aries.
so it goes into Aries and Western. In Vedic, it would go into Pisces. It would go into Uttara Bhadrapada. So the first one was Purva, and this one is Uttara. And we go from all that fiery storm-like energy of Purva Bhadrapada, and now we're in Uttara Bhadrapada. Things will start to calm down, and we'll kind of see, like, get to the root or to the real essence of everything. So combined with the Aryan energy of the Western astrology, this is at that juncture where we dream and do at the same time. So it's like we're no longer holding all this energy inside our bodies. Now we're releasing it, but it's like at a slower pace than it will be like the next few days after that, I feel.
Okay.
Because we're getting to the root of everything. We're kind of getting to the sacred essence of all things. Doesn't matter how mundane they are or how exciting they are. We're reducing everything down to its most sacred essence. So we're more likely to want to look into things more deeply as we do stuff. And we're more likely to kind of, you know, connect with our emotions that much more deeply, because that's what Uttara Bhadrapada tends to do. They tend to be very connected with their essence. And you were talking about manifesting as well. That's definite manifestation energy.
Yeah, and
So
I'm thinking of the Hanged Man to the Death card, you know, where he's suspended with the flames licking up, a
right.
bit like the Wicker Man, you know, stripping it down layers. We're kind of helpless against the process. We just need to go with it, even though it might be painful. But yeah.
Did you talk about the hanger? Because I've got that for I've got that card for my next reading, actually, the new moon
Oh,
reading.
oh
Yeah.
right. So I've not pulled it. I just had it in my mind then, the one where he's suspended with the flames licking up, which
Yeah.
is Hanged Man to death, you know.
I've got
That
that card for the next moon phase.
Oh, nice.
So it's funny you were talking about it.
I was very nervous about putting that one into graphics, so Franco Rivoli did my artwork, but when I drew it out rough, I thought this might get strong reaction, you know, because And it did, but for good reasons, you know.
Mm.
People understood the concept behind it. So I think I worried needlessly about that card, really. And I
Yeah.
just thought Wicker Man with that. I really did, you know.
I love that movie.
Which one though? The
The
first
old
one?
one. The older one is the best one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Not the Nicolas Cage one.
Not the one with the bear.
Oh, that was so rubbish, honestly.
I have to admit, I get a little bit of a guilty little giggle when I see the bear punch the woman in the face. It's just so wonderful in its abysmal nature, you know. It's just,
oh yeah.
like, it's so funny, but like the old Wicker Man for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. I was just relieved to see that gentleman grew up to be an old man. I was relieved when I saw him again in Hot Fuzz. I'm like, oh my God, thank God he's okay.
Oh, happy. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank God he's all right. Like, Fabian, it's not real. It's really not real. Of course he's gonna get older. Yeah.
I'm just having a look in the chat. So sorry, we're all chatting away and you've left us some messages. So Mark's on Great Bear Oils. Always good to see you, Mark. Looking forward to seeing you at the conference as well in October. So yeah, living in a nostalgic way, needing to let go.
Is it too late to get tickets?
Oh yes. So are you going?
Where's the conference?
It's in Kensington at the Holiday Inn.
Oh,
yeah.
because the thing is, I live in Brighton, so that's not too far from me.
Oh, you must come. So Kim Arnold,
and it's in October, just in time for Halloween. I'm definitely going to be there.
It's early October though, so it's the first.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Like, I get down there for early October, and you know, I have a look around the old haunts for the occult books and stuff, like I used to.
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
amazing.
To the occult bookshop, and I always forget the name. Oh, I should have.
Is it Atlantis?
That's the one. Yeah, she got my in between tarot on her shelf, and I was jumping around the shop like a little kid, going, "Oh my God, you got my deck!" Because it's such an
part about living in London. Oh, I used to love going down to bookshops, like, because I used to do that with my friends so often. Just go around to bookshops and look at all these like funny little spell books and stuff, and oh,
she's got some amazing collections in there, honestly. So good.
And they're such lovely people as well.
Yeah, and
they are so nice.
I think it's a granddaughter that's running now, or a daughter. And Aleister Crowley used to go in there back in the day. Can you imagine Aleister Crowley coming through the door of your shop? Wow. That
must be an experience and a half.
Oh yeah. The great beast rings the bell.
Oh dear. Yeah. That's a lot of history at that place. A lot of history.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, so I was looking at Mark's message. So I think that was in reference to the Six of Cups reversed. Yeah, and definitely living a nostalgic way, needing to let go. Yeah, absolutely. Magic Blooms.
I would love to prance around London checking out old books. Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Who said that? Oh, that's Magic Blooms.
Yeah, it is amazing. It really is.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
Oh, Lady Farah's on as well.
Hey, Lady Farah.
Lovely to have you on. She's been busy as well.
Yeah, she has been.
Yeah. We better pull some cards.
We have better pull some cards. In talking away.
Right. So I think the way we'll do it is, and you can do it differently.
Oh, I heard that, Magic Blooms. Heard that. She said she's in the USA, District of Corruption. It's not much better here, love. We're the financial center. So you can imagine how corrupt that shit is. But Lady Farah can't hear us.
I don't know why. Can everybody else hear us okay?
Can you all hear us all right?
Oh, thank you, Magic Blooms. She's so sweet.
Oh, thank you so much. Magic Blooms is the one. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Did we miss anything else? So, we always like Soul Brother P. He's such a star. And
Oh yeah, she can hear. She can hear us now. Yeah,
I think he's
Lady
just
Farrakhan.
followed. Oh, good. I think he's just followed you as well. He said he's just followed you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Bex Tarot was on as well. Hey, Bex Tarot. Oh, good, Sherry. I'm looking forward to seeing you, Mark. We'll have a chat. Oh, and I need to catch up with you about the deck as well. So, cards, before I forget. I think what we'll do is, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull an in-between tarot card for where we are currently. Although we've just gone past the peak of the full moon, 10:30 morning here, ish, but obviously different times in other time zones. So I'm going to pull an in-between tarot card, and it'll be the energy where we are now, the energy that we just moved away from, and the energy what we're going into with Aries. So that's progression. Yeah, so right. I love these chats with you. Just get carried away.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm chatting with you as well.
Well, I wasn't expecting that one. The Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands. Well, actually, no, maybe I am, because the energy is fiery. Okay. It is starting, which was the page. Okay. The beginning of that fire. So maybe as we're approaching the Aries moon energy, you know, that tension, that passion, you know, for what you're passionate about is starting to build inside. And maybe that's, you know, why there's been so many clashes of personalities. And, you know, people are very passionate about what they're talking about, what they're arguing about, what they're sharing, you know. It might not always be constructive, but some debates can be very constructive, can't they? So this is the page. So we have got that beginning of that fire, you know, that started to build up.
Is that the present? That's the present, isn't it? So
the Page of Wands will be just before the full moon.
I see.
Reached its peak this morning at 10:30. So this is like over the last few days. So we've got that Page of Wands energy. Okay. Page of Wands, beginning, starting, can be a little bit immature as well sometimes, because the page hasn't got that full control that the king has got.
No, not discernment. It's true.
Yeah, so we are moving now with the full moon energy at its peak towards the energy of the night. Now, the night can be very unstable, as can Aries sometimes. Aries is very mealy. Yeah, so literally hold on to your hats.
Yeah, don't throw them in the air just yet.
We
ain't graduated from the school of life, so just hang on there. Okay.
Yeah, hold on to the reins, because that night is about ready to take off, you know. And when that happens, watch out. Yeah, Knight of Wands can be so exciting, you know, drama. Let's watch all that drama play out, but it's exhausting. Yeah,
it is.
So I see a little bit more drama coming into play with the Aries switch. Okay, which will be interesting. So we're going into the waning phase, and we've got Aries at some point tomorrow on Sunday. I don't know the exact time. So that is your in-between card. Yeah. So we've got the person here graduating. You know, it's actually being proud of achievement, but, you know, being careful not to fall back down those steps as well, because you can burn bridges. Okay, so just being careful with that fire energy. Okay, direct it in a positive way, in a creative way, not in a destructive way. I feel with this full moon energy. And interesting that we've got a fire card when we're in the full moon.
I'm going to get to that because I've got an Ace of Wands for that period as well. Got the Ace of Wands for that period. So do you remember that song that you introduced our collab with, Riders in the Storm?
Oh yeah.
It's actually kind of a coincidence that you should have picked that song, because where the moon is placed, that particular division in Aquarius is associated with lightning rods.
And that bit at the start where it goes dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
I love that. It's been in my head all week, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's to do with rods, lightning,
Yeah.
the lightning in the storm. That's
Yeah.
exactly what sets off the fires down here.
It's like the magician as well, isn't it? It's
Right,
directing that energy, but in a
right.
positive way, not in a destructive way. Yeah.
So this is a chaotic energy for sure, but it's chaotic energy with a lot of potential because the
Mm.
division that the moon is in, Pava, that's not just associated with anger, but it's also associated with wealth and innovation and
Yeah.
great social change.
Wow. Right.
So this right here, like, again, it's very immature energy because we're just coming into the start of a new era. We're just coming into it.
Mm.
So we're still grasping around with it. We're still playing around with it, but there's potential there as well
Yeah.
to realize our full potential here. It's not an easy moon, but like the energy just before it, just leading up to it, there's so much potential there.
How interesting too.
Potential and power, yeah. Lots of
Yeah.
it. Lots of it. So like Pava is air, water, fire, evolutionary path. It's an evolutionary path.
The air will keep
But
the fire
it's just
going.
not an easy one.
Mm. Yeah, and the
It's not
fire
an
and
easy
water
path.
put each other out as well. So we've got steam, okay, which is
Right.
frustration. For me, that signifies frustration. Those two
Yeah.
elements just clashing, putting each
Yeah.
other out, and yeah, it's
And you need to lower off that steam, don't you?
yeah, yes, exactly. Which
But
is what's
that's where
going
you
on.
put it into our potential. That's why we put it into our potential. That's why we put it into
Yeah,
our passions. That's why we put it into what we're truly interested in and what we truly believe in.
yeah,
Because we need to let that steam off. We need to let that off.
yeah. And I feel we need to take those positives from Pisces, channeling the energy, okay, balancing, keeping the protecting energy, staying
Hmm.
calm, staying centered. Okay,
Yes.
I was going to say staying grounded then. It's more an
Mm.
earthly trait, but look, it came to me, that we should be staying grounded as well at this
Yeah.
time, so we don't
Remember,
float
the
off.
sun's still in Virgo in Western astrology. The sun's
Well,
still in
yeah,
Virgo.
we're in our Virgo season as well, so we've got
Yeah.
all of that going on as well. We have got a very practical, focused, they've got a very hard working ethic. It's different to Capricorn, but they're very much focused on detail, and getting
Mm.
things ordered and getting things getting everything ticked off, like your list, your full moon list, making sure that
Mm.
you tick all the boxes. Virgos don't like messing about, and they don't like
Right.
being
No, we don't.
and they like the truth. Okay, if you lie to a Virgo, they'll see straight through it.
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, they would absolutely hate all of this chaos.
I actually
So
found it exhilarating, honestly.
yeah,
No, I don't hate it. No, I don't hate it at all. I liked it. I actually like it. I know what to do when it's chaotic.
I used to like arguing, but I can be very good at it.
I hear that.
Yeah, my husband would definitely agree with that.
Is that Gemini moon?
The Gemini moon always got to be right. And no,
Yeah.
it's the Aries sun that needs to be right more than the Gemini moon, to be honest. The Gemini moon could take it or leave it, actually. They can step
They
back.
just argue for fun, like Gemini.
Aries sun is like banging the head against the brick wall,
Oh, shit.
Got to be right. Got to be right. Got to be right. Must be right. And I've gone off on a tangent again.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Pull an oracle card. That was it. So I wanted to pull an oracle card for what we need to focus on right now. What we need. What can we do to get through this one?
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Magic Blooms is a gem as well, so she can relate.
Yeah. Solar plexus energy. It's all about the ego. It's all about the ego, a sense of self. Yeah. So reining that in, not just like blasting out everybody, that willpower, that drive, that Aries energy that we're moving into.
God, that is so much fire.
Harnessing it in a good way.
Yeah.
the color yellow as well. Very bright, very positive. You know, it's all about confidence, being confident within yourself. Okay, but being confident enough to know when to step back, you know, and not to engage. Okay, so it's a very strong dominant energy, this, with the solar plexus, as you can see.
Yeah.
I like this
Beautiful.
one. Right there in the center, about who I am, what I'm about, what my intentions are they for the right reasons, and then engaging with people.
Yeah.
And only then.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Do you have anything for the present? Because I've got like 2 other cards. I've got one for present and one for in the future, near future.
Oh, I can do I can do one for the future. So that was now.
Should I do my one?
Yeah, you do yours, yeah.
This is what I got for the present moment. Now, on tarotingi.com, it used to be Tarot Wiki, tarotingi.com, it says, judgment in judgment is power struggles. So that is immediately the vibe that I got from this card. That was just one of the meanings, though. The second meaning is using discernment. And we just talked about that. We just talked about the discernment of knowing our true identity and knowing who we truly are. And far from that being the source of contention among us, it can actually be the source of acceptance of one another's differences. Because if we know who we truly are from a very high place or from a higher dimension, then it allows us to actually talk things out with one another and accept one another's differences without there needing to be a power struggle. Oh, yeah. But right now, at the present moment, there will be power struggles between people who are not, you know, not really as enlightened,
not centered, are they?
Yeah, not centered, and not, you know, not. And
they're judging each other.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Judgment is all around us at the moment.
Yeah. The present moment. Yeah. So what did you get for the future then?
I was thinking things from the past coming back with that one as well.
Yeah. But this, listen.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I got a very complimentary card for the first one. This is the thoughts, it's the mind, and it's challenge, which is exactly what we're saying. It's a challenge to speak out and communicate your thoughts and to express yourself positively and to have a conversation rather than an argument, to have a debate rather than going out all out war with people. Yeah, so putting yourself forward though and not hiding your voice. Right. You think it's necessarily, but doing it in a productive way. Okay. And this is, this card is called challenge. So spotlights are on people. People are up there on their soapbox and they are sharing and they are shouting and everything. And people are slinging mud. You know, it's difficult, but it is a challenge, which is what this is about. Yeah. So
that's the future one.
Yes.
I've got the 7 of Pentacles for the future card. Now, we were talking about Aleister Crowley earlier, and in his Thoth Tarot, the 7 of Pentacles is usually to do with loss or failure, but I don't actually feel like that's what it necessarily signifies. I think what's going on is that either a lot of people will realize that they're putting a lot of energy into nothing at all and they'll walk away, or they will end up putting energy into, you know, a lot of what they believe to be right and only to find out it's not really benefiting them because they're operating on their line of least resistance rather than operating on a level that's actually going to empower them. So this feels like a lot of effort put into something, and either we feel like it's not getting anywhere or it's not getting anywhere because signs of growth are slow. But in the near future, you talked about challenge. There's growth and there's progress happening, but it's slow and there's lots of obstacles in the way, and we have to be aware of that.
And the economy's a bit of a mess at the moment, isn't it?
I
To put it
think that's
mildly.
going to be understating it, because remember, there's a 10-day mourning period for the Queen. And with
Well,
that,
they've cancelled everything. They've cancelled
yeah, the shops might operate at like lesser capacity in, you know, certain parts of the country anyway. And then on top of that, the London Stock Exchange might shut for a full day at some point.
Yeah.
Which will have traders losing billions in one day. So that's going to be rough.
You wonder, I get it, but do they think about these things? Do they consider that impact at a time which is already difficult for everybody?
I don't think they really prepare for these things very well.
It's just reactive, isn't it? It's like, but
this is it. It was the same with the COVID thing. No real thought was put into it, and you know, and it all but decimated our agriculture. You see, it comes back to that. It comes back to how much are we getting out of the efforts that we've put in?
Yeah.
It comes back to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And some of us, we might find that we have to reprioritize and think to ourselves, okay, I might need to stop doing this because I'm not getting as much out of it anymore. Or what we are doing, it might be worthwhile, but there will be a lot more obstacles in the way.
Yeah. Oh, like they said to us on the TV, put tinfoil in your windows. Really? Somebody said that to me, that they were advising against putting tinfoil, you know, around the windows and things like that. It's just unbelievable.
Why did they say put tinfoils in the windows?
Conserving heat, you know.
I see.
When the energy
yeah.
bills go up and they're telling us to do that. Oh yeah, really?
That's really bad.
So patronizing, and it really annoys me.
It is really, really patronizing, especially considering that there will be people, you know, who will definitely feel confident enough to leave their lights on when they go to bed at night. I was talking to somebody on the bus. It was this kid who was a high school student. He was about to study economics at college, I think, or something. Yeah. And he was talking about the fact that he grew up relatively poor in comparison to his friends. But he knew people from private school who had fathers, you know, one of them had a dad who was like the richest person, second richest person in South Korea or something like that. And I'm thinking, do you understand how rich you have to be? But anyway, they were talking about how they own like at least one home here in Brighton, and it's got like several odd bedrooms in it, and they leave the lights on. They don't worry about the energy bills or what have you. They just leave the lights on, leave the heating on, and can't relate.
No.
Cannot relate.
Not at all. It's just so far removed.
And then it's those same people telling us to put like tin foil on our windows. Are you taking a piss? You're taking a piss.
Well, there are some questions in the chat. So we did promise that we would try, and we have got 3. So there's one from Lady Farah, one from cool. Mark, Great Bear Oils, and there is one from Ivanikov. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So would you like to, should we pull some cards for them?
Yes, please. Yeah. Who are we going to start with first?
Should we do one for Lady Farah? We could both pull one first. So she said some general advice. So Lady Farah, if you're still there.
Hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Ivan Kioth is Carla, actually. Okay, so some general advice for Lady Farah. Ace of Coins to the 2 of Coins. Okay, this is about your work. All right. So this is about enjoying what you do. Okay. And it's safe to consider any other choices that you might have at the moment. You know, maybe you can do something a little bit different within the area of work that you're in. Okay. And also be kind to yourself. Okay. It's a lower number. It's the ace to the 2. Okay. So give yourself the space and the time. We've got the pocket watch here to do other things. So don't make it all about work. But perhaps just consider some other areas within your work where maybe you could do something slightly differently.
Okay,
Just
so
use that.
the card I've got for Lady Farah is the Ace of Swords.
Mm.
I do feel like it's to do with your professional situation. I could be wrong, but it seems like there's something you need to tell a boss or a colleague that you haven't gotten around to telling them yet. Again, if it doesn't resonate, oh, yeah, there's something you need to let them know. You need to tell them something. It's something to do with work. It's professional. There's a specific piece of information that you need to tell them. It might be that you're being overworked or something, like Janine said. It might be that there might be a problem with the colleague, but it's a minor problem. It's not a major one. But this is about truth. So you need to speak your truth about a particular issue, if that makes sense. You need to speak your truth. It's not, don't worry, it's not dramatic. That's what I see for you. It's not dramatic, but it's more a case of you taking your priorities away from something that you feel like is an obligation and more towards something that you feel actually fulfills you. That's what this feels like. It doesn't feel like any big dramatic power struggles or anything like that. It just feels like you're prioritizing what you actually love to do, and you're beginning to prioritize that more. So maybe time off, I don't know. That might be what you need to discuss. I don't know. But that's what I got.
Definitely clear the air with that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
yeah, Lady Farah, let me know if that was accurate, because I don't know. I could only get what I got from the cards. Who's next? Who's next for?
so Mark in Great Bear Oils is talking about his friendship with a Capricorn. They're very distant. He intuitively feels like they're pulling away. So he just wonders whether it's issues getting in the way. Feels like it's very ego based. So let's just have a look and see what's going on with that for you, Mark. What's going on with that relationship? Okay, definitely a difference in opinion. Okay, and we have got a midway stage as well, and a little bit of a standoff. So it's the Five of Wands moving through to the Six of Wands. Okay, so it's trying to find some kind of successful resolution, but I see you both in two minds. Yeah. And perhaps the people around you as well are not really. It might not be the right crowd. So the people that are around you when you're with that person, you know, means that you're not getting the best out of that friendship. Yeah, it's not like a one-on-one friendship. You're going in different directions at the moment. So because it's a midway stage, you know, there is still potential for healing, but because it is very fiery, okay, it may be to just step back for a moment and see what happens in your next phase with this friendship. Yeah, let it.
I got 9 of Wands here, because as soon as this person started talking and saying we've grown further apart, I immediately got, this person's got to be busy. They've got to have a lot on. So it feels like either you, your friend, or both, they're dealing with a lot at the moment. Now, this Capricorn friend of yours, it feels like they can handle it, but they need a certain amount of focus to be able to handle it. And that's why they can't devote themselves as much to the friendship as they would like to. So I wouldn't take it personally, but what I would advise that you do is you still fill your own cup anyway, because the thing is, worrying about what other people are doing, if they're distant from you, then they're distant from you. There's nothing really that you can do about that. All you can do is focus on yourself for the time being, touch base occasionally, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do, because all good friendships go through this phase. Although it feels like you might be, you know, it might be like Janine said, you might be in different directions in your lives, but yeah, that's what's responsible. It's not personal. It's you've both got a lot on. You've got a lot going on. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, that was for Mark. Great Bear Oils and Magic Blooms. And so, to everybody, we can't take any more questions now, so we're just going to do the ones that are in the box.
Wait a minute, is there? What about Carla?
Carla's there as well. So we've got actually Magic Blooms, we've got Carla, and we've got Bex Tarot. So let's just come to Carla then, first of all, who is asking about Chicago in January with a sports scholarship. She wants to know if she's going to go. Okay. Okay. Let's ask about this. Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Okay. I think you feel quite vulnerable about it. Okay, almost in two minds. I'm feeling like maybe not quite sure whether you want to do it or not. Okay, it's feeling very sensitive. Okay, so there is all this potential going on in the background. We have got this big creative fire, you know, potential stuff that you could do. But it's like, she's just put a message up. She doesn't really want to go because it's far away. Okay. I think you might have answered your own question there then, because this to me is the ultimate in vulnerability, sensitivity, and feeling. And I want to just go like that, you know, like we were talking before, very much that Pisces energy, protection. So while that fire is blazing there, you know, that potential, I don't think that you want it. Okay, so I would consider no, because if you're moving forward into that Knight of Cups energy, Knight of Cups can be all over the place, okay, and it may be that you get yourself into a situation where you do feel all over the place and a little bit lost, and so I think you have answered your own question there as well.
I actually got the nine of Pentacles for this.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe she pushes, yeah.
Given what we've just read, because I immediately thought, because I saw the Nine of Pentacles and I felt like something in your life felt fated, but in a really good way, because it feels like, I feel like if you took this opportunity, then it would be an auspicious one. At the same time, if you decide to take another opportunity after this, that could work out really well as well. So it feels like the path that you're on, like in general, it feels very auspicious anyway. It feels very fortunate anyway, and it feels like things might turn out well for you. Whatever you decide to do. But I feel like Janine's right when she says if it feels like it's not for you and you don't want to do it, you're not on track. So I feel that either this opportunity that if you do take this opportunity, it'll work out well. But I feel like if you don't take it and another one comes along, that will probably work out as well. But don't procrastinate too long on your opportunities, because you just never know. You just never know. It's understandable if you don't want to go too far away from yourself, but yeah.
A friend said something very interesting the other day, because I asked a similar question: should I go for it? She said, it's not whether you should go for it. You need to ask yourself the question: do you need it or do you want it?
Right.
She said there is a difference between the two, and she said, how are you going to feel if you do that? And I said, I'm going to feel, it wasn't this chair job, by the way, it was something different, but I said I would feel extremely vulnerable, like this card, and I would feel constantly, that I'd be under pressure. And she said, well, you might have answered your own question then, because even though it's a fabulous opportunity, it's prestigious, the way it would have made me feel if I would have gone down that path is I would have really turned myself inside out, trying to be somebody that maybe I'm not quite there, if you see what I mean.
That's exactly what I'm talking about when I say You know, if you feel like, oh, I'd hate to do that, then you're not on the right track. But I feel like whatever she decides to do, this is the outcome.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well,
it will work out really, really
beautiful.
well. Whatever
Yeah.
she decides to do,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it will work out very well for her. That's just how I feel. If she doesn't take it, it will work out well. If she does, it will work out well.
Fabulous.
And
Oh, and she says
if there's
yes,
no
right.
if there's no regrets either way, then it's true. You don't need it.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a
Go with your
decision.
heart, Carla. Go with your heart.
Oh yeah, that's
These
a
cards are just a guide. Go with your
no,
heart.
isn't it? Yeah. Also go with definitely. Thank you. And hi, May's just come in as well. I hope
Hi.
all right.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry if I haven't introduced myself or said hello to everybody, or, you know, I'm sorry about that. But, like, thank you guys for having me.
We've been
And
having
thank you
such a
for
good
listening to
chat,
our
haven't
little.
we?
We have had a really good chat, yeah.
That's the thing, when we get talking, we lose track of time, and it's like 9:10.
Is it?
And yeah.
Wait a minute. Haven't we got 2 minutes, 2 more people to read for?
Yeah, so we can't take any more questions
Yeah, sorry, guys.
because the box is filling up with questions. We're gonna do these last ones. We're gonna do these last ones, but
You're welcome,
I'm
guys.
sorry. Yeah, we can't do any more questions now. But thank you anyway. Right, so
Thank you so much, Magic Blooms.
Magic Blooms is next, and then we've got 2 more. So Magic Blooms is asking
What's Magic Blooms' name?
Oh no! Oh, I'm so bad. I'm terrible with names. Magic Blooms, please tell us your name again. I'm so sorry. Oh, the Crystal Earth Star and Mark, you are very welcome.
Lisa. All right.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Lisa's asking about somebody who's very narcissistic.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, hurtful, and have to interact for a common reason. I empathise. I understand that situation. I'm there myself. So, okay, this one's for you, Lisa. Wow. Okay. 7 of Swords to the 8 of Swords, which describes your current situation. Okay.
Yeah.
There are things going on behind the scenes that you will be possibly unaware of. Okay. And possibly not.
There always is something going on behind the scenes with a narcissist. There always is. The fucking narc. Yeah. Go on.
Look at that. Look at that. The broken sword as well, fighting stance, about to go in blazing, right? So to the 8 of Swords, where you feel like, exactly like you said, you know, trapped. You can't do anything about it. So this is the calm before the storm, anticipating the next attack. Okay. The good thing is with the Swords cards is it's all intellectual warfare. So it's not physical, it's just all about thoughts, you know, it's who can sling the most mud again. Okay, yeah. Who can say the harshest words. So this is about the protection that you need to put up. So actually the 8 of Swords is very beneficial for you. Okay, because you can protect, and you're stronger than you think you are.
Yes.
8 of Swords, yeah, can protect against these negative energies if the person in the 8 of Swords cards recognises them for what they are. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. I really want you to protect your energy. Yeah, go with this this full moon in Pisces. That energy, protection. Yeah, you need that.
Protecting your energy is so important. This is the card that I got for you. All right. Now, Lisa, this is basically about the energy of the soul. It's the energy of fire. This person, they feel like they're constantly winning over you. They're not, because what's happening is that they're dragging everything down to a level where they can't win either. But they feel like they've won. This person feels like he's won. But what you need to do is turn that on its head. So the protection that Janine is talking about is protection over your soul. It means it's okay to recognize your feelings. It's okay to recognize how this man makes you feel. But what you've got to do is to take those feelings, you've got to examine them, and then you have to engage in appropriate action to ensure that your boundaries are maintained. He hasn't won. He thinks he's won. This is the thing. With a narc, they really feel like if they say horrible things to you or they do horrible things to you, then they've won, but they haven't. And part of you being able to reinforce your boundaries is to remind them this isn't a victory. All you've done is made things harder for yourself and me. You haven't just hurt me, you've hurt yourself as well. So that's why you need to, like as Janine said, like at the beginning of this reading, like for everybody, respond rather than react. Protect your feelings, protect your energy, examine your feelings and examine your energy. And I'm about to say something that is very rarely said in the New Age community, psychological community, what have you. However you're feeling, do not blame yourself for your feelings, because there's this illusion that you can control how you feel. That's not true. You can examine how you feel. You can sort through how you feel, but we influence one another's emotions. We do that. It's not something that comes from within. The feelings that we experience, they are responses from without. Do you understand what I'm saying? What we can do is control our actions. So please don't blame yourself for the way you feel, because a narc can make you feel small. They really can. And they think that making you feel small is the victory. There is no victory in narcissistic behavior. And when you kind of let yourself feel and you you don't judge yourself, that's when you can create some appropriate action to remind this for you don't own this situation. I am in control of myself. You ain't in control of me. I know you ever forget that shit. Okay. Man got me heated.
Thank you. Do you know something else I was thinking about with that? How interesting as well, you know, that they're both surrounded by a structure, but in one's card is more of a healthy structure. And
Right.
It's almost as if those thoughts are now transformed into a very strong structure.
This is it.
Protecting you and your little girl, you know, and you're almost as if you're like shaking your fist and saying, you know, we don't care anymore. You know, like, what is that? What is that wardrobe in Harry Potter, you know, where they say ridiculous and the thing that you're scared of turns into something ridiculous? Yeah. That's what I was thinking of with that. You know,
I think that's a bogart, isn't it? That ridiculous, yeah.
Ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that makes me think of. Yeah, it's no longer seeing this as a threat. It's seeing it as like, it doesn't even bother me anymore.
Right.
So this is a progression as well.
Yeah.
Boggart. Yeah, Mer said it. It's
a boggart, yeah. I hope that helped you, Lisa.
Oh,
I hope that helped you, love.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm glad you love it, sweetheart. I'm glad you love it, sweetheart. You're stronger than you think. You'll be all right. I promise you.
Yeah. Right. We have got two more. So we've got Moody Membry, who's asking for some general guidance, and we've got Bex Tarot asking about a job search. So
who's the first one?
So Moody Membry. I'm not sure.
Okay, what's their name?
I'm not sure. I'm not doing very well with names tonight, am I?
No, it's okay.
Lots of names actually, but I just remember. So this is for Moody Membry, and just asking for some general guidance. You're welcome, Lisa. So, okay. Strength through to the Hermit. Okay, so this is going inside. And the Hermit is Virgo energy. Okay, and Virgo. Yeah, Virgo are very good at recharging.
Lizzie. Okay, we got you.
Hermit So yeah, going inside, you know, finding that calm space within yourself in order to disconnect from everything that's going on around you. So all of that crazy energy at the moment, you know, no good for you. You need to remove yourself from that, find a quiet space. Easier said than done. But this is actually a big period in your life where this is necessary. It's not day-to-day stuff because it's a major card. Okay, so you know, you need to go within in order to find out what's important to you, what your next steps are. Okay, and it's about gathering strength, gathering confidence, which is the Leo the lion, which is connected with the strength. So it's about finding out who you are, finding out your power, empowering yourself to go on to your next chapter. Okay, so you need that quiet time, you need that space at the moment.
Janine is actually spot on, because this is the card that I got for you. It was the 10 of Wands. It feels like the reason why this downtime is especially important is because you're taking on way too much. I don't know if this is down to the fact that you don't really have anybody to delegate to. It feels that, you know, in a lot of ways, you're not getting the help that you're supposed to be getting. And it's really weighing down on you a lot. And you're wondering, like, you know, can I really drop any of what I'm doing? Because, you know, all of this is important. And like Janine said, it really is a matter of prioritizing. You've got to ensure that the work that you do, you've got to ensure that the juice is worth the squeeze. Because remember, you know, collectively, we've got that going on, like a lot of work that we're doing, and we're wondering what, you know, where it's going to lead to. So it has to be worthy of your time. So going within, taking a break. Can you hear me, Janine? Yeah. Going within, taking a break, ensuring that you can, you know, just take some recuperation, trying to, like you need to have some time. Yeah. You need to delegate some of the tasks that you've got going on. I don't know how you're going to do it. I don't know what your circumstances are. I sensed that you had a family, actually, whilst I was reading this, but I didn't want to say anything. But if, you know, if there's another parent in the picture, or if there are any trustworthy relatives that, you know, maybe that can take over some of the load that you've got going on, I think that would be really, really, you know, smart for you right now. Because being a mum is like, it is not, Janine will tell you, being a mum is a lot. And I'm sure you know that better than I do as well, Lizzie. Being a mum is a lot, and this is what is precisely why it takes a village to raise a child. Because doing it on your own, you know, doing it with a partner is difficult enough, but doing it on your own, yeah, you need to delegate some of those tasks. You've got way too much going on.
Yeah.
Way too much going on, Lizzie. So you need to take care of yourself, like Janine said. Yeah.
You need to
take care of yourself.
that confidence as well. You need to find a bit of you. I think that so you need to find that, and in order to do that, you go inside. Okay.
Oh, sweetheart, we moved and I don't have family around, so it's, oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry about that, Lizzie. And Magic Blooms, Magic Blooms. You need to follow each other. Magic Blooms and Moody Menbari. You need to, follow each other. Because if nothing else, you guys will have people to talk to. And that's important. It's important to get that support. You see, Queen of Cups, that fell out.
Yeah.
Can be each other's, like, emotional support.
Yeah, and thank you for your questions. I'm glad that we got to answer them for you.
Yeah, chosen family, like the Salty Empire said, chosen family. Vital.
Yeah.
So who else have we got?
We have got Bex Tarot. So this
is she our last one for tonight?
Yeah.
I'm guessing her name is Rebecca?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's right. I met Bex at Glastonbury, actually, because
Really?
Yeah, I knew her before, but she come past the tent and she come and we had our picture taken together. So that was really nice. I got to do a reading for her in person, so yeah.
Okay.
So one for Bex, and she's asking about the job in Rebecca. Yeah, she's called Rebecca. Job search in September. Justice to the Hanged Man. Okay, so although you really want it to pan out that way, I think there might be still a bit of time before it becomes a reality. Okay, and the Hanged Man period is difficult. We just feel like we're waiting and waiting and waiting, so it might not be happening when you want it to, unfortunately. And you just need to be patient with that, and be patient with yourself as well. Yeah, don't be hard on yourself about it.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Justice is coming, you know, for the energy that you're putting into manifesting this. Okay, but it feels like they're walking away. You know, it's you're getting closer and they're moving away, and it's very frustrating. So please try and stay patient with it and the process. You know, keep with it. Don't lose hope with it. It just might take a bit longer than you think it will.
Yeah. I got this card for you. The thing that I want to ask you, Bex, is what are you looking for in this job? Because what I'm sensing is that I feel like even though the economy is in the toilet and employment is just practically non-existent, I feel like you're only looking for a job because you don't feel like you can do better in what you're actually interested in. I'm not necessarily talking about tarot either. It could be that there's another field that you're interested in that's a bit more lucrative than tarot that you could be getting into, but it's like, you know, you would need to study for it, so you're not really giving yourself that chance in order to do that. But it feels like there's something that you really want to do, and you're not, it's like you're daring not to dream in a way. You're daring yourself not to do that. And it feels like when it comes to job search, you're kind of going through the motions a little bit. It probably doesn't resonate, but it feels like you're going through the motions a little bit because there's something that you really want to do, something you're really passionate about. And the thing is, there's no reason why it couldn't make you some money. It feels like your way of looking for work or looking for something that you can make money from, it feels a little bit linear and you're not giving yourself enough options. So I feel like that's what's going on here. There's something you're really interested in that you're not giving yourself a chance to do. And you need to be more adaptable with how you're looking for work or what kind of work that you do. I feel like it needs to be better connected to what you're actually interested in, because something tells me you've got a lot of experience and a lot of education already. You just need to be qualified, which I understand is not cheap, especially not now. But yeah, it feels like you need to pay more attention to what you're passionate about. So that's what I'm getting. You're welcome, darling.
You're welcome. So thank you to everybody for coming on. Thank you for your questions. I hope that we could help you there with a little bit of guidance and advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed the astrology as well, and the full moon energy, and we pulled some cards for that. If you missed it, you can go back and watch that as well.
Yeah, I'm going to be uploading it on Empress Justice Tarot on YouTube, so you can catch it here with Janine Worthington's channel, the In Between Tarot channel here, right here on Instagram. But I'm also going to be uploading this onto YouTube on Empress Justice Tarot YouTube, so you can catch it there as well. I'm also going to be doing a new moon reading shortly. It might be either tomorrow or like more likely it will be later on in the week, like maybe Monday or Tuesday. So stay tuned for that as well. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to my new followers that have just joined me. And yes, I love you all so much. Janine, you've been amazing as usual.
Thank you for coming up. I love our chats. I've had such a good time talking to you tonight.
Yeah, I had a great time talking to you. Thank you.
Oh, there was one more thing before we wrap it up. So for the Mayor, I've missed you too. I've not spoken to you for ages. So nice that you could join. And before, when you came on, this one fell out for you. So you got the Emperor to the Hierophant.
Oh.
Okay. Wow. Big energy around you with the people in your life at the moment. Okay, so you need to be the one in charge. It's about who's the boss. Who is the boss? You're the boss. You're in charge. Okay, you're driving this. You're the leader. Okay. So
And I got this card for you. I got this card for you as well. So on top of you finding and realizing your power, there are also connections that you make in the meantime as well, whilst you're discovering who you are, whilst you're discovering your power. So it leads to lots of amazing occurrences. I feel like in your career, in your money, in your love life, when you find that inner power within yourself and when you find that inner confidence. And I feel like you will, because Janine pulled the Emperor card out. I feel like you are going to find your power.
She's bringing the energy down and she's making things happen. Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
I would love to make this more regular, you know, if we want to meet up on like the full moons, howling at the full moon.
Exactly. I would love to do it too.
I really enjoyed it.
Huh?
So I'll add you as a collaborator afterwards, so it'll go into your wall as well.
Wicked.
And I'll give
thank
you a call after this as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, and thank you to everyone who's joined us.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
All right, bye-bye, everyone.
We'll speak to you soon. Goodbye.